Hi, welcome to the channel. Another day, another tent. The tent behind me is the Vaude Arco 3-person tent. Just a traditional tunnel style tent with 2 poles and plenty of space. And I would say it probably is a 3-person tent. There's certainly 3 people in there now, although 2 of those are children. So my brother's brought his 2 kids up to give it a test for me. Now I picked this up off of eBay for £58 including postage, and that includes the original Vaude footprint as well, which is a really good quality one. Covers the whole of the porch as well. Last night it was really windy, 30-mile-an-hour plus winds. I was in my little Audi low slung tent, and I got out at one point to check on this tent because I was really worried by the fact it's a big tent, it's going to catch a lot of wind, and we're pitched on the summit of a mountain about 634 meters. I went out and checked it, it was absolutely fine. Really solid tent, was handling the wind really well. So I think another absolute little bargain there. It's got some really nice features on it. It's obviously got your Union T6 alloy poles. It comes with really nice pegs as well. It comes with nice aluminium hook pegs for around the outer, and it comes with 3 sort of spiky things, which I'll take a little clip of and show you. Really good quality tent pegs. You've got lots of confidence with it, with the gear that it comes with. So yeah, you can see it's still quite windy now, and it's handling absolutely fine. So just want to do a little short video just to show you this new tent basically, and so I'll do a few little interior shots and bits and pieces around it just to show you again. If you're on those used websites and stuff, and eBay and Facebook and stuff, you can get some really good quality gear for not a lot of money. Less than 60 quid for all that. Absolutely superb. I will say it weighs in at 3.75 kilos, which is not too bad given the space that you get. You've got to pay a lot more to weigh a lot less than that. So I think for 60 quid, I doubt you'll ever do better than that. So yeah, we'll have a look around and see what it's like. I've pitched a tent at home just to get it all dried out before putting it away. So I thought it'd be better to have a quick look around it now and talk about some of the features that I like. So obviously I like the pegs. I like the fact that you can peg the ground sheet and the outer on the same pegs. I like the double zip so that you can unzip it from the inside if you can do some cooking, or if you wanted better airflow, even if it's raining, because ideally you want the back of the tent pitched into the wind going over the top. So you should be able to open up this storm flap quite a bit, let some air in, but keep the rain out because this is quite stiff. And obviously there are additional guy and out points if you wanted to use them. If you wanted to add your own, you could do so. The footprint is really nice. It's got a nice welcome thing at the front. Just seems a really well thought out, really sort of classy tent. There's a nice little clip here underneath the zip. So again, keeps this attached nicely without putting too much strain on the edge of the zip, and also just helps the Velcro keep that storm flap nice and tight. The guy lines are nice. The sliders themselves, the adjustable ones to tighten and loosen them, are massive. I'd never seen anything like that before, but you know, obviously work fine. There's one missing from the back of the tent, so I'll buy some kind of little slider to adjust that. The points where you tie back the outer door and the inner door are really nice. They're adjustable, so you just tie them round and then just adjust to tighten them, which I would definitely show you. This is really good. I mean, I took this out at the same time as I took my Audi tent out, and one of the complaints about the Audi tent is that the doors, you can try and tie them back as best you can, but they're not tight enough, and they're not double either. There's just one of them, and it's kind of in the middle. So what should be your nice side view out of the Audi tent is cut off by the fact that the inner and the outer doors are flapping around, and they're really hard to get properly secure. With these ones, you can tie them back right out of the way, tighten them, and with the inner as well. So nice little bit of design. I've not got any tents with that kind of adjustment on the tie backs. That's really nice. The 2 poles are color coded, so they're really easy to know which one's which when you're pitching it. It's just a little color indicator on the bottom of each pole sleeve, and then a color indicator on the pole itself. So that's really nice. The inner seems really spacious. It's It's a free-man tent according to Vaude, but whether that's in reality comfortable for 2 people and a bit of a squeeze for free, I would say for 2 people it's really, really spacious. You've got plenty of room inside the porchway and in the main tent for gear as well. And for 3 people, you'd be obviously relying on your gear in the porchway, which would cut down on space to cook and stuff. But I think you could squeeze 3 mats in there. We'll chuck a mat in there in a minute just so you can see roughly how big that size is. But yeah, we'll get inside and do a little bit of filming now and just see what that's like as well. So as you can see, absolutely tons of space in here. This is quite a wide mat from the Mountain Warehouse. That fits in fine. You can see you'll get 2 other people across here as well. So yeah, it's not going to be the widest camping experience if you had 3 people in here, but I think you can fit 3 people in here. So I would say, yeah, it's a genuine 3-person tent, and palatial if there's just 2 of you. You've got a couple of side pockets either side of the door. I am 5'11", so I can sleep with the door at my head, and then there's a good few inches of space at the bottom as well, so you could put some stuff in the bottom, or you could squeeze the mats right down and put some stuff at the top if you wanted to. There are 3 hanging points in the tent at each end, so you can hang a lamp from each one, or you can hang 3 lines across the top for washing and stuff and other bits and pieces. So if there's 3 of you in here, you can have your own line each, so that's really quite good. Got some mesh ventilation here, which sits in line with the ventilation from the rear, so you would get good airflow. And when the door is closed, the top part of the door is mesh, and there's no way of shutting that off. So the interior door is just a single door, so you're not going to want to use this in winter necessarily if you can't seal that up. But as you'll see from the footage I've already shot, Vaude quite clearly marked this as a 3-season tent. It's on the tent itself. So there we are, another double zip there, so you can have it open up a little bit in different places. But yeah, there's no way of sealing this top mesh part. But it's a nice big doorway with a nice adjustable tie back point as well. And obviously in here you can see there's a decent storm flap, and the porch is really generous. And at this top end it's really quite tall as well, so you could happily sit with your legs completely spread out, completely sat down, and then be inside the tent to do a little bit of cooking. There's enough space, enough air in here, especially with the top of the ventilation open to do cooking safely. So yeah, I wonder if this is one of my best purchases actually in terms of value for money. Just £58 including postage and including the original footprint, which is really nice because it does cover the whole bottom of the tent and the whole porch. I've obviously got the lovely welcome sign as well, and it feels really good quality, really good, really well made. Multiple peg and out points to match the outer as well, so you're not having to double up on pegs to use it. And once you've obviously got the footprint down, you know exactly where the tent's going to sit. You can drop it on top, double up on the, hook onto the existing pegs down, so it makes pitching really easy as well, because obviously it is a big tent. You do need a big space to pitch it in, so that footprint just makes that really easy. So yeah, I mean, I'm 5'11", I can sit up fine, and I can sit up pretty much okay, touching it a little bit down the bottom of the tent as well. So yeah, it's really spacious. I could probably adjust it a little bit and get it a bit tighter. I've got none of the guy lines out currently, that's why it's not sitting as taut as it could be. Obviously the footage from the summit camp, you see it's much tauter because the guidelines are being used. So yeah, it's a really nice tent, and I think there's nothing else really to say about it. I'll pop the stats up on screen when it's convenient, so that may already have happened.
and the kind of drawing to the size and stuff. In terms of pack size, yeah, it's pretty sizable. It's 3.75 kilos. So, I mean, it is a 3-person tent. It has got a lounge porch. It's going to be quite big. Now, obviously, I'm quite a big fan of splitting tents into 2 now, into dry bags and crushing it down a bit. But I'd be reluctant to do like this one here, just because it is a pitch all-in-one if you want it to be. Yeah, you can unattach the inner and pitch it outer first, then attach the inner afterwards. If you wanted to split the weight between 2 people, that'd be absolutely fine. But for ease of pitching, you can just keep it all in one bag, chuck the ground sheet down, unroll it, pitch all as one, really, really quick and easy to put up. So yeah, quite a sizable pack, but if you've got straps on the outside of your backpack, it goes on the outside absolutely fine. And yeah, 3.75 kilos is a lot, but you know, it's not the end of the world. So that's the poles and the rest of the tent. There's a nice bag of pegs, and there's enough pegs to do all the going out points and all the peg points, and I think there was a couple spare as well, so that's really good. And then the original Vaude footprint, it's not supposed to be stuffed, and you're supposed to try and fold it, so I got the folding a little bit wrong, so it's had to squeeze up a little bit, but that will squeeze into your pack without any problems. I've not weighed that. I will give it a weigh and stick the weight on screen. Again, it's not, you know, you're not going to travel light with this tent, so I would probably take the footprint regardless, just for the extra bit of protection of the ground sheet, and obviously it really helps when you come in to pick a spot that's big enough to pitch it. So that's pretty much it for the tent. I'll send you back to the mountain to sum up.
So that was a quick look around my latest eBay bargain purchase. If you enjoy this kind of video content, this is what I do basically. I try and find bargain tents, whether used or new, and drop a review of them. So hit like on the video, and do subscribe for a lot more, and do check out my previous playlists and videos and stuff, because there's loads more on there. I'll catch you in the next one.